Hey, my amazing YouTube audience. Thank you for diving into this emotional roller coaster with me. Your support means everything, and I hope this story hits you right in the feels. Let's get started. The air in our living room felt like it had been sucked out, leaving my lungs clawing for breath. I stood frozen, staring at the crimson dress clinging to Sarah's frame, the one she hadn't worn since our honeymoon. It shimmered under the chandelier's glow, but all I could see was the lie stitched into its fabric. "You're going out in that dress?" My voice cracked, a jagged edge of disbelief. She turned, her eyes flickering with something, guilt, defiance, or both. "If you do, don't come back." The words burned my throat as they spilled out, each syllable a shard of glass. Sarah's lips parted, but no sound came. Her silence was louder than any confession. I wanted to scream, to demand answers, but my feet were rooted to the hardwood floor, the same floor we'd danced on barefoot when we moved in 5 years ago. Back when love felt like a promise, not a knife. It started with small things, the kind you brush off because love makes you blind. Her phone face down on the counter, always buzzing at odd hours. Late nights at the office that stretched past midnight. The faint scent of cologne, not mine, clinging to her coat. I told myself it was nothing. Stress, I reasoned. Her promotion to senior editor meant longer hours, new colleagues. I trusted her. God, I trusted her. Tonight, though, the red flags were neon signs. She'd been distant all week, her smiles forced, her touches fleeting. When she said she was meeting a client for dinner, I nodded like always, but something gnawed at me. Maybe it was the way she avoided my eyes, or how she spent an hour in front of the mirror, brushing her dark hair until it fell in perfect waves. That dress, though, it was a punch to the gut. She hadn't worn it in years, not since we laughed under the stars in Santorini. Her head on my chest, whispering forever. "Where are you really going, Sarah?" I asked, my voice low, trembling with the weight of a question I wasn't sure I wanted answered. She adjusted her earring, her fingers steady despite the tension crackling between us. "I told you, Tom. It's just a work thing." Her tone was smooth, practiced, but her eyes darted to the door. Attell, my Sarah, who could stare down a room full of executives, couldn't meet my gaze. I stepped closer, the floor creaking under my weight. The living room smelled of her perfume, jasmine and something sharper, like regret. "A work thing," I repeated, my voice hardening. "In that dress? At 9 o'clock on a Friday?" Her shoulders stiffened, and for a moment, I thought she'd crack, spill the truth like wine on white carpet. Instead, she grabbed her purse, her heels clicking toward the door. "I don't have time for this, Tom. I'll be late." The door slammed shut, and the house swallowed me in silence. My chest ached, a hollow throb that spread to my fingertips. I sank onto the couch, the same one we'd picked out together, its leather worn from years of movie nights and whispered secrets. Now it felt like a stranger's furniture. I pulled out my phone, my thumb hovering over her contact. Call her. Demand answers. But what if she lied again? What if she didn't? I don't know how long I sat there, the clock ticking like a heartbeat. Then I saw it, her laptop, left open on the coffee table. She was always careful, logging out, closing tabs. Not tonight. My pulse quickened as I slid it onto my lap. The screen glowed, a soft hum filling the room. Her email was open, and there it was, staring back at me. A thread with a name I didn't recognize. Daniel Carter. My hands shook as I scrolled. Messages from weeks ago, months. "Can't wait to see you. Last night was incredible. Delete this after you read it." Each word was a blade, carving away the life I thought we had. Daniel Carter, her client. The cologne. The late nights. The dress. It all clicked, a puzzle I'd been too naive to solve. I wanted to hate her, to let anger burn away the love still clawing at my heart. But all I felt was grief, raw and heavy, like drowning in a frozen lake. I pictured her laughing with him, her hand on his arm, her eyes bright in a way they hadn't been with me in months. Was it my fault? Had I missed something, failed her somehow? The questions spun, each one a fresh wound. The front door creaked open hours later. I hadn't moved, the laptop still open, its screen a silent accuser. Sarah stepped inside, her dress catching the moonlight. She froze when she saw me, her purse slipping to the floor. "Tom," she whispered, her voice fragile, like glass about to shatter. You're still up. Who's Daniel? The question was a bullet, and she flinched. Her eyes widened, then softened, pooling with tears. She didn't deny it. That was the worst part. She didn't even try. Tom, I didn't mean for this to happen, she said, her voice breaking. It was a mistake. A stupid, terrible mistake. A mistake. I stood, my voice rising, shaking the walls. Months of lies, Sarah. Months of you looking me in the eye, telling me you love me while you... I couldn't finish. The words choked me, and I hated how much I still wanted to hold her, even now. She stepped closer, her hands reaching out, but I backed away. I do love you, she said, tears streaming down her face. I got lost, Tom. Work was suffocating, and you were always so perfect. I didn't know how to tell you I was breaking. Her words were a plea, but they felt like excuses, each one twisting the knife deeper. Then why didn't you talk to me? I shouted, my voice raw. Why him? Why that dress? She sobbed, covering her face, but I couldn't stop. You wore it for him, didn't you? The dress you wore for me. She nodded, a small broken gesture. I wanted to feel alive again, she whispered. I'm so sorry. Sorry wasn't enough. It couldn't stitch together the trust she'd shredded. I turned away, staring at the photos on the mantel. Us smiling, oblivious, frozen in a happier past. Get out, I said, my voice barely audible. Don't come back. Sarah's sobs filled the room, but I didn't look at her. The door closed softly this time, and the silence that followed was deafening. I sank to the floor, the laptop still glowing, Daniel's words mocking me. But then a notification pinged. A new email. From her. Subject, I'm sorry. My heart stopped. I clicked, expecting more apologies, more excuses. Instead, it was a single line. I left something for you in the bedroom. I stumbled upstairs, my legs heavy, dread pooling in my stomach. On our bed lay a letter, her handwriting shaky but deliberate. Tom, it began. I've been lying to myself as much as I lied to you. Daniel was an escape, but you were my home. I don't expect forgiveness. I just needed you to know I loved you, even when I lost myself. The dress was my goodbye, to him, to us. I won't come back. I sat on the bed, the letter trembling in my hands. She was gone, but the weight of her betrayal lingered, a ghost I'd carry forever.